You ever walk into a place you built with your own two hands? Invested your sweat, your sleepless nights, your credit, your sacrifices, and the very same place you dreamed would carry your family's name into history, and then get told you don't belong there? Well, that's exactly how this story starts. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around because what happened next will make your jaw drop. And before I even dive into the mess, let me say this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Because stories like this remind us how fragile dignity can feel in a world where racism still whispers, shouts, and sometimes just smirks in your face. So picture this. A rainy Friday evening, the kind where neon lights bounce off wet pavement, and the grand entrance of the Regal Crown Hotel. Yes, the tallest, shiniest, black-owned luxury hotel in the city, gleamed like a diamond in the night. Our protagonist, Simone Parker, 38 years old, black, sharp as steel, and CEO of the whole enterprise, steps out of her sleek black SUV, tailored navy blazer hugging her shoulders, confidence radiating off her. She's there for a surprise inspection. She likes to walk the halls like any other guest, unseen, to feel the pulse of her empire. But tonight, instead of respect, she gets humiliation served on a silver platter. The moment she walks in, a white front desk manager, let's call him Dennis, late 40s, thinning blonde hair slicked back, smug little smirk plastered on his face, squints at her as though she'd wandered into a country club where she didn't belong. "Ma'am," he says, voice dripping with that manufactured politeness that hides knives, "this lobby is for registered guests only." Simone tilts her head, confused, pulling her blazer tighter against the chill. "Excuse me?" she asks, calm, her voice low. Dennis leans across the counter, eyes scanning her outfit like he's searching for proof she could afford to stand on the marble floor. "Guests only," he repeats, firmer, nodding toward the door like he's ready to usher her out himself. Now, if you've ever been on the receiving end of that kind of dismissal, you know the sting. It's not just the words, it's the weight of history pressed into a single look that says, "You don't belong." Simone could have flashed her platinum executive card, pulled out the paperwork, or even barked orders. But instead, she wanted to see how deep this rabbit hole of arrogance went. "I'm here for business," she says evenly, eyes locked on his. Dennis's lip curls. "If you're looking for work, housekeeping checks in through the back," he says, not even bothering to lower his voice. And right there, every guest within earshot, the couple sipping wine at the bar, the businessman scrolling his phone, the family waiting for valet, froze, head snapping toward the scene. Simone felt the heat rise in her chest, humiliation swirling with rage. But her mama always told her, "Baby, when the world tries to put you low, you stand taller." She straightens, her heels clicking like thunder across the marble as she leans forward, lips parting just enough to whisper, "Are you sure you want to finish that sentence?" Dennis, smug and oblivious, doubles down. Rules are rules, out now. And with a dramatic gesture, he signals to the security guard, a burly man with crossed arms, to escort her out. The guard hesitates. Something about Simone's poise, her aura of authority, makes him second guess, but Dennis snaps his fingers. Within moments, Simone Parker, owner and CEO of the Regal Crown Hotel, was being escorted onto the slick sidewalk outside while bystanders muttered, shook their heads, and one young man even whispered, "Ain't that?" But his voice was drowned by the hiss of rain. Simone stood there, rain dripping off her blazer, chest heaving, and she thought, 9 minutes. Give me 9 minutes and I'll turn this whole circus upside down. She pulls out her phone, dials a number, and with the smooth, calm authority of a queen summoning her court, she says, "Activate Protocol Black Diamond. Staff meeting. Now." "What's Protocol Black Diamond?" Oh, it's the little clause she baked into her company manual years ago. One that meant, drop everything, assemble, and prepare for immediate restructuring. Inside, Dennis is still puffing his chest, bragging to the bartender about how he kept the lobby safe from intruders, when suddenly the elevator dings and out step 5 executives, Simone's board members, all storming across the lobby in formation. Behind them, a few loyal staffers whisper, "That's her. That's Miss Parker." The smug grin on Dennis's face falters as the board members part like the Red Sea, and Simone walks back through the doors, shoulders squared, her presence electrifying the air. She doesn't yell. She doesn't need to. She just says, Mr. Dennis, would you kindly explain why you thought it appropriate to eject your CEO from her own property? Silence, thick as fog, falls over the room. The security guard drops his gaze, embarrassed. The bartender fumbles with a glass. And Dennis, face pale, lips stammering, manages a weak, I didn't know. But Simone cuts him off, her voice sharp enough to slice marble. You didn't need to know. You needed to respect. Something you clearly can't extend to black women. Then she turns to the board, snaps her fingers, and declares, effective immediately, the entire front desk staff is terminated. 9 minutes. That's how long it took for my dignity to be tested in my own house. 9 minutes too long. Gasps ripple through the crowd as staff scramble, whispers flying like sparks. Some guests clap under their breath. Others just sit wide-eyed, phones out, recording every second. And here's where the twist hits. The young man at the bar who whispered earlier. He stands, raises his phone, and says loudly, Ma'am, I knew it was you. My mama cleans rooms here, and she always told me you were the reason she believed in better days. I'm glad they saw the real boss tonight. The room erupts, some in laughter, some in applause, some just in shock as Dennis storms out, red-faced, muttering excuses. But Simone doesn't bask in the drama. She takes the mic from the lounge stage and addresses everyone. To every guest here, I apologize. Not for me, for the ignorance you witnessed. This hotel was built to prove that black excellence isn't a dream. It's a reality. And as long as I stand, no one, I repeat no one, will ever be told they don't belong here again. The crowd roars, and somewhere in the back, a little girl tugs her mother's sleeve, whispering, Mama, she looks like us. And that, right there, is the moment worth everything. By the time the night is over, the staff is replaced, the systems reset, and Simone Parker's story is trending across social media, with hashtags demanding accountability and celebrating her strength. A journalist even calls it a masterclass in dignity, power, and poetic justice. And when she finally retreats to her penthouse suite upstairs, sipping tea with her best friend, the comic relief of the night, cracking jokes like, Girl, I swear if they'd tried to escort me out, I would have sued just for the cardio. Simone laughs, finally letting the tension slip. Her phone buzzes, a message from Axiom USA, the diversity and justice organization she supports, reading, Proud of you. Keep standing tall. And with that, Simone leans back against the window, city lights glittering below, and whispers to herself, They thought they could kick me out of my own house. Instead, they just reminded me it's mine. And that, my friends, is how in just 9 minutes racism tried to tear down a queen but only ended up crowning her higher.